The price of Bitcoin is $13,000 right now, and it's starting to make its way through the Fibonacci levels as we start to see those rejections coming in. Yesterday, I explained this exact scenario. Watch this clip. It's probably going to be somewhere around 4,360, somewhere around there before we get rejected. We'll probably just break above this line before getting rejected again, back down to the level of probably around $4,100. And so for me, what I'd be looking to do is I'd be looking to watch this go all the way up again, come back down, and then look for the long position there. And if I can get the long position there, it'd be really good, because that would also probably complete an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Well, today, what we're looking at is this. Bitcoin price going down. Ethereum price, 4,255, a lovely bounce to the upside. As we discussed in yesterday's video, a peak on Ethereum of $4,360, literally to the T. Couldn't have timed it like I'd set anything any better or more accurate. It was perfect. And right now on Ethereum, there's a couple of different scenarios. A lot of people are going to be plotting out this inverse head and shoulders pattern, expecting a run back to the upside. But the question that we've got to ask ourselves is that going to happen, or is this gonna play into it? We're gonna start out with today's news, so if you don't mind, slap a like on this video, subscribe to me, which is that Martini guy, but my name is Jordan, and I called myself this on the internet several years ago, and I've done nothing but regret it since, but it seems to have done me no harm at all in the long run. But do subscribe, do drop a like, and leave a comment whether you're bullish or bearish in today's comment section. I have failed to do the draw for today for the free Crypto Saving Expert membership, so you've got one more day. If you comment bullish or bearish in terms of your opinion in today's comment section, then you're entered into the free 1 year of Crypto Saving Expert membership. I will be drawing it today. Just today I've been moving out of my house in Dubai, currently in Abu Dhabi right now, and today, tomorrow morning I'm leaving Abu Dhabi to go to a different location, so see where I'm at tomorrow. A lot more fun place. Anyway, moving on from that, we need to start out by looking at today's news, because that is going to define how the market moves over the course of the next week or so. This is pretty big news. Russia is launching its biggest wave of strikes on Ukraine for weeks right now, bombarding the country with hell. And it's not very nice, especially given the peace talks that have been happening. Now, when we look a little bit deeper into this, the US, Europe is creating military options on Ukraine and intending to present national security advisors next. Now, I actually think they're going to come to a deal here. I think it's going to take slightly longer than anticipated, as things normally do. And it's not just these guys that are reporting on this. I actually wanted to read the first few paragraphs of this particular thing. We're going to get onto that in just a second, because there's a lot of things going on with Europe and everything. But we're going to get onto that in just a second. I think they're going to come to a resolution on this, but I don't think it's going to be immediate, and I think it's going to be towards the next Fed meeting. Now, if we quickly check on the Fed meeting, I want to check on this tab particularly here. If we give that a refresh, 27 days to go until the next Fed meeting, and currently we're sitting now at a 71% chance of a rate reduction at the next meeting. Now, in yesterday's video, that was 83%. This isn't good news. This is bad news, and this will likely cause the confidence to drop, and it'll cause prices to drop as long with the confidence, which isn't great news. But it's okay for me, because my Solana short hedge is actually starting to work out at this point in time. However, back to today's news. Another thing to discuss today, the US and EU have spelled out tariff for autos. Again, more bearish news, pharmaceuticals and more. We've got some certainty, but it's not good certainty. The US and European Union on Thursday revealed fresh details about their trade framework. Low power. I don't know if you can actually see that, but I just popped up with a low power thing. Anyway, they, let me get back to it, revealed fresh details about their trade framework, including on hotly contested and anticipated pharma and semiconductor tariffs. After weeks of heated negotiations, Brussels and Washington finally arrived at a trade agreement last month, setting out 15% blanket tariffs on EU exports to the US. Under the deal, the EU also committed to purchase $750 billion worth of US energy and invest at least an additional $600 billion into the US. This is Trump absolutely wiping the floor with Europe. This is an amazing deal for America. And to be honest, I know on the surface it seems bearish, but it's not actually bearish. This is bullish for crypto, because the main market driver for crypto is America. If we go looking at Bitcoin, like, who's providing the bulk of volume towards Bitcoin right now? Americans. Who is providing the bulk of volume towards Ethereum right now? Tom Lee, who is running an American company and they're doing a thing on, the stock market, and they're running up these Ponzi schemes. When America's doing well, crypto is doing well. So these European deals, I don't see them in the long term as bad things, because ultimately it's going to make America money. And that's good. Although it will cost Americans, the actual people of America will lose out. The rich people in America will make money, and that's good for crypto, because you want unfortunately, sad reality is you want the rich to get richer if we want to do well in crypto. So sad thing. Anyway, Bitcoin analysts are pointing towards manipulation as Bitcoin pros fight. The proles. I've had 2 glasses of champagne before this video. Proles feist a $17,000 low. What the fuck am I talking about? Bitcoin's down, basically. Russia, yeah, this is whole thing. We've already covered all this. Oh, this was one that I wanted to cover. Bitcoin Treasury, kindly MD stock dives. You're going to see a lot of this, and these stocks are going to start imploding. Now, the thing is, MicroStrategy might not be the one to implode, but a lot of these ones that are starting to do this whole Ponzi scheme thing on the stock market by buying crypto with raised money, building debt in the stock, and then paying out that debt with stock options. Like, this is going to happen. This one is run by this particular guy here, David Bailey. Looks like a very pleasant man, but ultimately, in the long run, this fella's going to cost people an awful lot of money if this thing implodes, and ultimately, it probably will, because how does every Ponzi scheme end? The reason I call them Ponzi schemes is because you borrow money when you're doing something like this. When you're borrowing money to build a Bitcoin treasury, an Ethereum treasury, Solana treasury, you're borrowing money, and then you're issuing something that is essentially worth nothing to that person that is buying it, because you're issuing stock options. You're not actually contributing, building, or doing anything. You're borrowing money. You're building up a huge debt pool, a debt pool that you are relying on the growth of an asset to pay off that debt pool, but you're not allowed to sell that asset to pay off that debt pool. Instead, you issue stock. So the people that are giving these people loans are the people that are stupid. These people are smart. Like Michael Saylor, this guy, whoever going to raise money for essentially doing nothing is a very intelligent individual. But ultimately, it will implode at some point in time. Will it implode today, tomorrow? No, of course it's not going to do that. But at some point, we're going to see like a minus 80% drop on the price of Bitcoin, and it's going to be brutal. That's the sad reality of it, but it probably won't come for a very long period of time. Now, when it comes to the price of Bitcoin today, of course, Bitcoin is down, Ethereum is down, and Solana is down. All of them are down today, and that's because of what's been going on since yesterday's video. Now, yesterday, at the point of filming yesterday's video, you'll remember we were starting to pump to the upside, and I was saying, now is not really the time to be taking those long positions. We were right on that, and the question is now the time to be taking a short position again? I'd say no. Now isn't the time to be taking a short position. We don't have certainty. We have got to get a retest. So the point of which you should be looking to place a trade on so many of these options is this. You want to be getting the trade here, the long position, from $179 on Solana. Between $178 and $179, that's going to be a bullish retest of the outside of this range here. And that would also be looking here at the bottom of this VRVP range where you can see the volume. You can see that basically if we were to lose this range, there's nothing underneath it, and we drop very significantly after that point, and all support would be lost. And basically we would nuke down to this green level down here, or perhaps down to this yellow level down here. Now, yesterday we discussed about the yellow level. That's $168 yesterday. Today is about $170. It wouldn't be as bad of a collapse. Seems pretty more realistic to see Bitcoin Bitcoin down at $178. Again, 2 glasses of champagne before today's video. Solana down at $178. That's pretty realistic. 168, sorry. I'm making a meal of this, aren't I? But then if we look at Solana here on the daily chart, I want to just plot the fib here. But let's plot the fib actually on a small time frame on Solana and see how that's working out in terms of our breakdown so far, because we don't have a short-term fib plotted on Solana. Let's not go to the 10 minutes. Let's go to the half-an-hour chart here and plot it from bottom to top. So this is how you plot a fib. I've shown you a couple times in recent videos. But basically, you go bottom of the range to top of the range and then see how you're retracing. Generally, what you'd expect to see is 0.618 retrace on a fib. That tends to be the most popular level for a retrace, which would be the level of $76, which we have already tested within this range, which means that our fib at this point probably is invalid, which means that we need to go to a higher time frame and take a larger pump. So if we take a larger pump from a higher time frame here and we plot the fib down to the next level here, 0.618 on this particular fib comes in at this level here around $158. Either way, it doesn't look great is kind of the point that I'm trying to get across in my. I'm not even drunk. I'm just like had 2 glasses of champagne and suddenly I can't talk anymore. Um, the sad reality of being someone that never drinks, but I'm at the St. Regis in Abu Dhabi and they do the thing at 6:30 where you get free champagne, and I was like, well, I may as well go and drink it. But then we haven't filmed today's video yet, so we are where we are. Don't worry. In Thailand, where I'm going next, we're going to be getting up to some shenanigans, shall we say. It's going to be a fun time. I honestly can't wait to get to Thailand. It's going to be amazing. So you'll see me tomorrow in Thailand when I film tomorrow's video. I'm also, for the first time tomorrow, flying first class. I've never actually flown first class, so I'll be able. I could vlog it, but the thing is, they give you free alcohol. So from about 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, I'll probably be drinking. So we might end up with an entertaining vlog or a very boring vlog, depending on how much I film. I might try. We'll see. Either way, I'm not like your typical crypto YouTuber that's out there saying, "Oh, I only eat beef genitals," or I only eat, like, I don't know, chicken hearts. No, I'm normal. These guys are so weird. Who is out there like boiling a beef liver or a chicken livers, and then like only drinking the watery part of the like? You're just weird, man. Like, we're all gonna die at some point. You may as well enjoy it rather than trying to extend for an extra 5 years and having to, like, this is where that I see life anyway. But we're getting way into it at this point, and we don't need to do that. So let's get back to it. Ethereum losing its level of support here, back down to this range down here, 4,138. Or maybe a little bit below, but either way, I'm not so optimistic. If we're extending that line there, we're coming in somewhere around 4,100 from this particular breakdown. Prices don't look so good right now, I'm not going to lie. And I don't think there's much bullish momentum in the markets, being that like this is going to absolutely crush the markets. Tomorrow we'll probably see that come in even worse. You might be asking, why did that drop today? And the thing is, a lot of people are expecting, oh, Jerome Powell on Friday is going to come out and announce that the Fed is going to do all of this wonderful stuff and cut rates. Now, Jerome Powell on Friday will probably just come out and say, yeah, you know, things, we can't do anything. So whatever. That'll be what he says. Don't get too excited about that. If the price starts pumping before that, short the Jerome Powell meeting. It will probably work out. No guarantees, of course, but certainly doesn't look great right now. So yeah, between Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, pretty much everything I expect to head down in the next 24 to 48 hours. I really don't expect much of a bounce at this point. I feel like we've already had it. And I feel like at this point in time, we start to look for those lower levels of liquidation. What you're initially doing here is you're trapping short positions. So that's all that's being, like, there is, let's go back to this article here. Manipulation. What happens when the price of Bitcoin goes down? Everyone just goes, oh, it's manipulated. No, it is to some extent, because this here, this is short positions closing. This is not demand. This is, oh my God, I took a short up here at 123 and I'm closing it down here at 112. I'm in a significant amount of profit and I'm scared that it's going to run all the way back up, because ultimately we are in a bull market. But what you've got to do here is look at the bigger picture, see the overall thing and go, yes, Bitcoin is in a bull market, but that doesn't mean you can't have little dips within bull markets. And if we are to lose the levels of which we're pretty much currently at 12,600 and whatever, we're going down to 111. And 111, suddenly, we are the people that place long positions in this particular range here, expecting the price to go higher. Suddenly, those guys are a little bit over leveraged, are starting to get liquidated. And then we're looking down at 108, 109 again on Bitcoin. Same would apply to Ethereum. It wouldn't take much of a push for the prices on this to drop quite significantly. So I'm not like a giga bear. And what I would say is, should the price of Ethereum start trading above $4,400, absolutely, I'm a bull. It's $150 above where we are right now. Don't confuse me for being like this giga bear that's expecting the prices to crash. And oh my God, TMG is always wrong. I'm wrong on, it depends on the time frame. The past few weeks, I have been absolutely Correct. Because what we do here is we look at the lower time frames and then project what's going to happen onto a higher time frame. What it looks like right now on the lower time frame is an inverse head and shoulders pattern. The reason I don't think that's going to actually play out here is you've only got about a 44% chance on an inverse head and shoulders of it actually playing out. It's just a well-known formation that causes people to go long. The thing is, we've had some chop today. And what I've continually been warning people of is all we're going to continually get is this chop. It's going to make you think you're bullish, and then it's going to make you think you're bearish, and make you think you're bullish. And this chop here is how people lose money. You don't want to get caught up in this chop. The trades that you want to be placing right now are trades when you're looking at the 1 hour time frame and stuff like that. When you're looking at these higher time frames and you're going, damn, that actually doesn't look that good. And to be fair, it looks like it's going to push lower. That's what you want to be looking at. And the bottom of this range here, you're looking for a liquidation candle. We haven't seen a high volume candle on Bitcoin, Ethereum, or anything recently. And if we look at the trading challenge right now, what are we currently at? We are at, if I click on the actual account section here, or this futures account, the trading challenge is currently at 32,000. We're down $3,000 today. I really should close these trades. I've been meaning to do it all day. I just haven't had the bottle. But what I'm talking about here is we've not had, look down here, we've not had a huge amount of volume. So because we've not had a huge amount of volume, we've not spiked. There's been no volume spike on this entire range since $124,000. We will get a volume spike. We're building up to a volume spike, but we've not had a volume spike. And the thing is, we're in a downtrend right now. So the odds of us making a volume spike down to, say, even low as $95,000, it seems pretty likely that we're going to get that volume spike. It's not something that I want to happen. It's something that I think might happen and has pretty good odds of happening. So for that, let's have a look here at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. This is the 3-month chart here. You can see we've got a bunch of liquidations that would take place down at around $105,000, also bunched down at 110, but a huge gap here that would cause Bitcoin to just collapse in that particular range. It's inevitable. So I feel like that is more of a magnet than what's above Bitcoin price right now. On Ethereum, the same thing here. You can see we've got a huge range down here, 4,000, even a massive one at 3,000, but there's so much more getting liquidated below than there is above. What I'm more expecting than anything else is a bullish retest. Again, we've seen, oh, bloody hell, always with the adverts on this damn website. I need to put an ad blocker on this computer. When we've been trading like this upwards for a while, you do tend to collapse downwards aggressively, and kind of looks like that might be the one that's going to happen right now. I'm just mildly concerned, like a huge drop in the interest in search terms for altcoins or Google Trends. Big drop on Bitcoin as well. This is the 5-year, but if we go on to such as the 90 days, you'll see again, big drop in Bitcoin as a search trend recently. People just stopped caring overnight. So these are just some mild concerns that I've got about the market right now. I think that the market's probably going to head to the downside. I don't think there's a whole lot of money to be made by longing it right now. Having said that, we are probably at the bottom of a particular range, but we need to lose the lower level here at $12,500 to confirm that bearishness. So what I'd say is just be cautious. You don't need to be formally into a long position. We're not just going to zoom up overnight. We're likely to continue this chop. If we're up for the day, go short. If we're down for the day, go long. That's the way that I look at the markets right now, and I think it's the safest and most sensible way to be looking at it. So if you appreciate my analysis of all today, drop a like on today's video. If you want to be entered into the Crypto Saving Expert 1-year free access giveaway, leave a comment whether you're bullish or bearish in today's comment section. And on that note, thank you all for watching. See you in a bit. Des.